I found out my boyfriend was engaged to his cousin on the night of his grandmother's birthday party, the one I wasn't invited to because, according to him, his family was old-fashioned and wouldn't approve of an outsider. He used to joke about how strict his family was, how they'd never accept someone like me, and for months I believed him. I let it slide when he'd dodge my questions about meeting his parents, chalking it up to cultural differences, even though it stung every time he left me at the curb outside his apartment to go handle family business. But that night, I got a call from a mutual friend who worked catering. She told me he was there, dressed to the nines, slow dancing with a woman everyone kept calling his fiancée. My stomach dropped, but I forced myself to see it with my own eyes. I drove over and watched through the window as he kissed her hand, the whole room laughing along, and his mother beaming. It was like watching a stranger take over his body. He was charming, attentive, the perfect partner. When I confronted him later, he barely hesitated. He said he'd been engaged since before he met me, that it was arranged and he never had a choice, but he never thought it would get this far. He swore he loved me, that what we had was real, but he couldn't walk away from his family. I screamed, called him a coward, and he just stood there, silent, letting me unravel every lie he'd ever told. It was humiliating and raw, but the worst part was how relieved he looked as I left, like the secret had finally split open and he didn't have to pretend anymore. I spent the next week replaying every moment in my head, wondering how I could have missed it. The truth is, I'd always wanted to believe the fairy tale, me versus the world, love conquering all. The twist was, deep down, I'd ignored every red flag because I was more afraid of being alone than being lied to. Turns out, the real betrayal wasn't just his, it was mine, for loving someone who never really chose me.